Today, we're going to be working on stress relieving. So we're going to do a little bit more myofascial release, and it'll be more of a stretching, I guess, class, an opening kind of a class. Okay, so that's why I suggest you have a block. You don't have to, or something you can elevate your hips with, or you just use your leg strength, but it's nice to sometimes have that support. So we're going to roll all the way down our back, starting with our upper traps. Okay, so I will just show you where the balls are going to be so you can move with it. So the upper traps, you see, yeah, it's right on these big neck muscles here, or not neck, it's your back muscles. So we're going to go here first. So the balls are going to be kind of halfway. If you were standing up over yourself, you'll see a little bit of it, but you'll know it's the muscle that we all like to get relief here. And then we're going to roll down just above the spine of your shoulder blade, and it'll go slightly out. So it'll be in a slight angle as the second position. And then we're going to kiss them, and we're going to go, oh, I lose my ball. We're going to go in between our shoulder blades. And then we're going to go a little bit wider on our shoulder blades. And then the last one's going to be down here. Okay. So just so you know, so you don't have to keep looking up, but I will try to describe it as best I can as well. Okay. So first we're going to start, have your block handy next to you. You're going to, and you want to move a little bit lower towards the bottom part of your mat so that you don't have to adjust. You can just roll your body up. So we're going to be down a little bit lower. Take your balls, tuck them, and find that spot first. Kind of pressing on the top of your shoulders. And then you're going to elevate your hips and take the block under your hips. Now, if you don't have the block, you can put anything under your hips for that matter, or you can use your legs. But like I said, it's nice to have this block. And you can adjust the height to medium or even low. If that's too intense, you can put it on low. For some people, this position hurts their lower back. If it does, then take the block out. Or it might be just a, you know, sometimes for me, it's a little creaky and it's tight. So it also helps to release a little bit in the pelvic region. Okay. So just stay here for a moment. And what we're also doing as we elevate our hips, not only creating more weight into our shoulders, we are doing an inversion, which is also relaxing. When we do that inversion, we're giving our heart a break, and we're letting the blood, we're helping the blood to flow back to the heart. And then just, you can follow the rhythm of the breath. We're not really changing it here. We're just doing a gentle, we're just observing the breath here, in fact. Like I said, you might be noticing a release in the hip region, which I like to do this to help. It kind of spreads through the hips and the lower back, because if you're sitting a lot, that gets tight. Okay, one more breath here. And this is also a great release to do if you're feeling stressed, really in the head, and you just want to do an inversion to help shift things. This is a good one. Okay, now you're going to press your feet down, gently lift your hips up. Be mindful because the back can be a little loose there. Take the block out, and then we're going to roll our bodies up, just literally like not even a half an inch, and you'll meet the spine of that shoulder blade, and then you're going to adjust it so slightly wider, just slightly. And this is the Vader scapula. This is what kind of lifts these, part of the helping of lifting of the shoulder blades. And again, you won't, if you want, you can also, some people like to put the block on the lowest. You don't need to go high, on the lowest. I like to do that sometimes. If the muscles are really tight, Sometimes you need a little pressure to get a little bit deeper. So like I'm putting my hips on the medium side because I haven't done this release in a long time. Taking a few breaths here. And let's take our arms into cactus here. So like goalposts. So your elbows are at the same height as your shoulders and that the arms are on the ground. Keep them on the ground. And then we're just going to extend one arm up over a head at a time. So it's staying on the ground. It's just reaching over your head towards the top of your mat. One, and then bring it down. And then the other one, we're kind of moving as we release this one. Adjust if you need to, if you feel any pinching in case it's in the wrong place. We're just going to do that a couple times. Slide the arm up, stretch it over your head towards the top of the mat, bring it down. Do it slowly, one by one. Do just a couple rounds of that. And then come back to that cactus arm for a moment here. And then take your arms down by your side slowly. If you have the block, lift your hips up, remove the block. And now let's kiss the balls. So bring them to touch. And now we're tucking them in. So they're right in between your spine and your shoulder blade. And take your arms down by your side. And if you need to, if you feel like the neck is tensioned there, you can put a pillow or even your block under your head for a moment. Sometimes if I have too much tension in my neck, that's an uncomfortable position for me. So I want to elevate my neck a little bit. So it creates less gripping in the back of that neck. Take a deep breath in. And if you need a big release, you can exhale through your mouth. Otherwise, just continue to exhale through the nose. You're taking a full breath in, but try to draw your exhale long and slow. The longer you exhale, the more we tap into that sympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest versus the fight or flight. Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move the balls slightly out to the side. So you're gonna be right on top, one at a time, onto your shoulder blade. And then take your arms out like a T. And then hug yourself. Ooh, and you can kind of, as you're hugging yourself, you kind of rock around a little bit. This is where the masseuses get in. Okay, and then let's open it up again. And you might have to play with it to find the right width for your shoulders. Or sometimes I just like to roll one out and then just move my body a little bit. Do a couple more hugs here. Wow, see my left one is really tight today. Open it up. Do that a couple of times. And if you want, you can stay in that hugging position, like I said, and kind of roll around a little. Take one more breath or so here. Okay. And then, sorry, Alice, I didn't see you there. Then what we're gonna do is why don't we just stay in this wide position and let's just roll your body up just an inch. So Alice, we're at between our shoulder blades and spine. We're actually, yeah, in that level, but we're gonna go wide. We're about a ball and a half separate with the balls. And we're gonna take our arms wide. So the balls, when your arms are wide like this, are really sitting on top of your shoulder blades. And we're hugging. We are underneath the shoulder blades. Open and close here. Okay, yeah, do that a couple times. Open and close. Okay, and then take your arms open. And then we're gonna try to, so the easiest way possible, you can adjust, we wanted the balls back to touching. So you can just take them out back to touching, and we're just gonna go between, again, the shoulder blade and the spine, but the lowest tip of it, so you're right towards the bottom. And then as your shoulders are starting to drape over the balls, if you want, you can still have the block or pillow under your head. Today, I feel like I need the block under my head to help relax my neck. Okay, we're hitting the rhomboids, the bottom part of the rhomboids. Focus on long, slow exhale. And the last spot we're gonna hit is the lower traps. So now you're just gonna keep rolling the body up so the balls are below the level of the shoulder blades, right at the bra strap line. And your legs can be however you want. Sometimes once we get down here, I like to extend my legs, turn your palms face up. So you're encouraging that external rotation. You can kind of have a slight bend in your elbows too, which makes it easier for your shoulders to open externally. So turning your palms up. And if you're feeling tension here, take a full breath in. You feel your body pressing into the balls, and then exhale through your mouth. Imagine your body like a blanket draping over the balls. Do that a couple more times. You can exhale through your mouth or continue to exhale through your nose. Okay, let's go ahead and take the balls out. Set them aside. And just lay here for a moment in Shavasana and notice and appreciate how your body feels just after doing all that rolling on our back. How much softer you feel, more of the surface of your body touching the ground, and just a little bit more of a sense of ease in your mind. Okay, we're going to bend your knees. Let's roll over to our belly. We are going to stretch through our chest. So we're going to take your arm out to the side. You're going to take your right arm out to the side, the palm, the elbow, and the shoulder glued to the mat, and bring your right ear down, and then slowly start to lift the left hip up, put the left foot down. So make sure the hand and the elbow are in line with your shoulder. And adjust yourself. You can kind of lift up and shift your body. And the goal is to try to get your left hip leaning more towards the ground so that as gravity's pulling that left hip down, you don't have to work to open up that shoulder. So I kind of adjust my hips a little here. And your left hand can either be just right in front of your face, or you can take it behind your back. to encourage a little bit more opening on the left side as well, depending on what's comfortable. We want you to feel comfortable, but there is a pretty deep stretch here. But it's passive because we're letting gravity do the work here. With each exhale, imagine, feel the release through that shoulder. And then we're slowly going to roll to your belly gently, and then go to the other side. Left arm out, left palm, elbow, shoulder. And then you might need to shift your hips a little, adjust. Your left ear is down. Anytime we do this pose too, you can always have a towel. Whenever we do our classes, have a towel or so around. So if you feel like you need to prop it up underneath your head so your neck is comfortable, that's okay. And then bring your right hand wherever feels comfortable, either right in front of your face or behind your back. And then slowly roll back to your belly. This time we're going to take our arm in cactus. So the right arm is out to the side, and then bend that elbow. So the palm is, so we're like a goalpost with that right hand. So elbow is lined with the shoulder, palm is down. Same thing, but you're not going to be able to turn as much. So I like to just take my left knee out to the side, and you lift your left hip up. So you're really not getting onto your side of your hip. So you can use your left hand to press down, your left knee bends out to the side. So your palm, your elbow, and your shoulder might come up a little bit in a goalpost. Yeah. So you're in a goalpost, and then you're just bending that left knee out to the side so you can lift your left hip up a little bit. Yeah, that's right, Chris. So it's a deeper into the main pec here, a little bit of a deeper stretch. So this stretch can also be done against a wall. But just for the purposes of this class, we'll do it on the ground. Okay, and slowly release. Let's do the other side. Take the left arm out and then cactus with that arm, like a goalpost. And then if you can bend that right knee out to the side, and to help open up through that left chest now. And also taking note, if you notice more of a tightness on one side than the other, or more flexibility on one side than the other, it means there's a little bit of an imbalance and a little bit of torque, which could be a cause of if you have any back, neck tension. One more breath here. And then go ahead and slowly release. Let's take your hands under your shoulders and press yourself back. We're going to come into a child's pose. So you open your knees up a little bit and just reach your hands forward. Kind of neutralize those shoulders. Start to lengthen through the spine here. Take these opportunities of rest as a moment to soften. So even in child's pose, we can be tense. Try to soften your belly, allow your hips to sink into your heels. And then we're slowly going to come into tabletop here. Let's take a couple rounds of cat-cow here, just to move the spine a little. Let the belly drop, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. Arch that back. Inhale. Exhale. Press down. Draw the belly and spread the shoulder blades. Inhale. Lift the belly. Lift the chin, chest, tailbone. Exhale. Press down. One more time. Lift the chin and chest and tailbone. Exhale. Tuck, if your toes aren't tucked under, tuck them under. Let's press back into our heels. I want to stretch the bottom of the feet. Reach those arms forward. Draw the belly button up towards the spine a little bit. Lengthen the tailbone down. And then look between your hands. Shift your shoulders over your hands so your knees are a bit behind you. Let's hover the knees. Draw your belly up towards the spine. Try to flatten through the back there. Pressing the arms away. Try to turn the eye of the elbow, that crease forward. And then we're slowly, like we're going to sit back into child's pose. Bend your knees. Keep the knees hovered. And then push back into downward dog. Pedal it out one by one. And then let's float forward into plank. Press the ground away. Hug the arms towards each other. Shine the light of your chest forward. Take your knees down. Lower down. Point those toes. Press the toenails into the ground. So lock your knees. Squeeze them tight so the knees pop off the ground. You're pressing the toenails down. Press your pubic bone down as you draw your belly in. So you're nice and toned there. Let's curl the shoulders back. Take cobra. Inhale. Exhale. Float down. Two more. Claw the mat. Draw those shoulder blades down. So the lower traps that we rolled, that's engaging to help soften through your neck. Lower down. Try to relax through those upper traps that we rolled first. Roll your shoulders back as you curl up. And then lower down. This time, take your hands wide. We're on our fingertips, so wider than the mat, and then at the height of your head, so a little bit forward. Same thing, let's curl up. Press the fingertips down. Draw those elbows back as you open your heart. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Be mindful of your upper traps. Soften through those upper traps. Let the lower traps work. Curl up. Soften your neck here. Lower down. One more time with that breath. Soften through the neck. Relax. When you're up here, try to soften the neck. Lower down. Hands under your shoulders. Let's press it back. Downward dog. So you're pressing your thumb and your index finger down, but you're wrapping your triceps down. So imagine you're trying to point the armpits to face down instead of out to the sides. Lift your heels, lift your sit bones. Inhale. And then exhale, gently letting the heels drop down only as much as you can. But you still want to keep lifting through those sit bones because you want your back to be flat here. We don't want it to be rounded too much. Lift your heels up, lift your sit bones and tailbone up. Tippy-toe your feet forward. Feet hip width, and then exhale, fold. Let the belly rest onto the thighs. Shake your head yes and no a few times here. Make sure that you're really relaxed and just wiggle your arms to make sure you're relaxed. Then you grab opposite elbows here. That helps to create a little bit more weight, and then you feel a little bit more lengthening in your upper spine, which is nice. Your mid spine, actually, is thoracic. Keep making sure that the neck is nice and relaxed. I just like to wiggle it yes and no all around. And then relax your hands down. And let's shift the weight to the balls of the feet. Press the balls of the feet down. And then as you lift up through your belly button and tailbones drawing down, let's roll up one vertebrae at a time here. Let the head hang, let the arms dangle. The arms feel really heavy and they're just dangling down. Chin is lifted. Roll your shoulders back and down a few times. Good. Standing at the top of your mat, let's do a couple of sun salutes here. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Palms touch. Let's dive it forward. Open your hands and chest, leading with the heart. Fold. Halfway lift. Stretch your spine, top of the head forward, flat back. Take your hands down. Step that right leg back. Back knee down. Reach your arms up. Lunge deep into that front leg. And then, like you're zipping up your zippers, pull up to your heart, reach up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale. One more time here. Inhale. Take your hands down. Slowly float back into downward dog. So mindful movements here. Float forward slowly into plank. Shine the light from your chest forward, either knees down or straight body lower down. Let's take your hands wide, fingertips wide to take your cobra. Curl up, soften through that neck. Lower down. Downward dog. Exhale. Step that right foot forward, back knee down. Reach your arms up. Make sure you're lunging nice and deep, and then peel that belly away from that thigh. So scooping the tailbone under, activating your core muscles to reach up. Inhale, exhale here. Don't forget to breathe. Even though we're engaging through that core, we can still allow those lungs to expand fully downwards. One more breath. Take your hands down. Straighten the back leg. Step that left foot forward. Halfway lift. Really extend. Soften the neck. Exhale, fold. Let's pass through chair pose. So ground your feet. Sweep your arms down and back as you lift your chin and chest. The knees are bent. Rise up. Reach up. Hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Palms together. Gentle back bend here. And let's fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Stretch your spine. Exhale. Take your hands down. Step the left leg back. Keep the back knee up. So your right knee over that right ankle. Rise up. Come into high lunge. Ground through that right foot. Draw your right hip back. Let's straighten through the front leg. So your left heel still lifted. Turn your palms forward. And we're going to bend into that right knee as we take cactus arms out to the side. Then you're going to bend slightly in your left knee too. So you're going to soften it. Not as much as the front knee, but just to soften. So you help to relax. Open the chest. Straighten both legs. Reach the arms up. Palms face each other. And as you exhale back into the position, bend the elbows, soften. Allow the arms to get heavy. Good. Straighten to that front leg or both legs. Reach up. Palms face each other. And then exhale. Bend here. Shoulders roll. Draw back. Good. Holding this position here. So all shoulders are softened. Slowly start to straighten through that back leg. Lift through the inner left thigh. But as you do so, make sure you're zipping up to your pubic bone so your belly doesn't come forward. Straighten through that leg. Make a big circle with your arms back. And then we're going to sweep them forward into leaning lunge with our arms forward. Ground that right foot. Draw your right hip back. And then you're going to sweep the arms down. Back. Open the chest here. Straighten the front leg. Take your hands down. Step back into downward dog. Good. Let's float through vinyasa. Come into plank. Let's lower all the way down. Let's take our hands wide. Take that big cobra again. Curl the shoulders back. Lower down. Downward dog. Step that left foot forward. Ground to that foot. Reach the arms up. So find your footing here first. Finding that balance, your center of gravity here. Straighten that front leg. Turn your palms forward. Inhale here. Exhale. Bend the elbows. Bend that front knee and soften the back knee. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed here. Inhale. Straighten both legs. Reach the arms up. Palms face each other. Exhale. Bend and soften again. One more time. Reach up. Bend and soften here. Make sure your neck is relaxed. Your arms are relaxed. And slowly start to Lift through the inner right thigh as you do, straightening that right leg. Zip up from your pelvic floor to your pubic bone, all the way up to your belly button and open through the chest more. Make a big circle with your arms. Sweep forward, come into leaning lunge. Ground to that right foot, sweep the arms down and back, open the chest. Straighten the front leg. Take your hands down. Step that right foot forward to meet the left. Halfway lift. And fold. Passing through chair pose, so bend the knees, sweep the arms down and back. Reach all the way up. Hands to heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Palms together, gentle back bend here. Fold it forward, exhale. Halfway lift. And fold. Let's step the left leg back. Okay, take your back knee down. We're gonna plant that left hand down to the ground, and then we're gonna take the right arm up to the side and twist to the right. That's it. And then even try to lunge a little bit more forward if you're not at your maximum. Allow the hips to come forward, allow gravity to allow your hips to come forward. And then we're gonna circle arm, take a big circle with that arm backwards, soft bend in that elbow, reach back. Try to open your chest up to the sky. Plant the hand down or walk your fingertips back, straighten through that front leg as much as you can. It doesn't have to be fully straight, as long as you feel a stretch in the back of the leg. We're gonna do that again. Bend the knee, plant the left hand, take the right arm up, big circle, inhale, turn your chest up to the sky. Bring the hand down, straight into the front leg. This time, bend the knee, plant the left hand down, left knee up this time. Take your right arm up, big circle. So your left knee is off the ground, big circle. Take your right hand down, straighten through the front leg. So we're keeping the back knee up. Bend the front knee. Take your right arm back, make a big circle. Take your right hand down, straighten to that leg. Bend the front knee. You're going to take the back knee down and you're going to pivot that left foot around. Okay, and then we're going to lift your chest up. Okay, so our leg is turned around. We're going to straighten that right leg. You can turn the toes in so the foot is down. Okay, oops, adjust if your skin on your knee is caught. Take your left arm up and reach over to the right. I'm going to switch on you guys so I can see you. And then inhale, come up. We're going to take the left hand down by your side. Okay, plant the hand to the ground and take your right arm up and over. And now you can kind of point your right toes towards the back. So get a little stretch there. And then let's take flex that right foot, lift the leg up and take the arm up, reach up to the sky. Okay. So your toes are pointed forward, so your outer hip is doing the work. And then take that foot down, reach the arm over your head. And now I want you to walk your right foot back behind you a bit. So it's a little bit of a back bend, and then take your arm, open your chest a little bit up to the sky. So it's a gentle back bend here. Keep pressing left arm down. That's it, open the chest. And let's bend the elbow out to the side. You're opening your heart up to the sky. Keep pressing that left palm down. Externally rotate it. And then take your hand down. And you're gonna pivot. Hands to face the back now. Take your left knee to your nose. And then extend the leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. And then you're gonna step that foot through. And then you're gonna plant that back knee down. Okay, take your right hand down and you're gonna circle with that left arm. You're gonna make a big circle with the arm, bend the elbow, open the chest. And then we're gonna sweep it through, straight into the front leg. Bend that front knee, take that arm up to the sky, open that chest. Sweep it through, straight in the front leg. We're going to bend that knee. This time we're going to straighten that back leg so the right palm is down and make a big circle again. Open through your chest. Take the hand, straighten. Bend that front knee. Take that left arm up, open. Hand down, straighten the front leg. Good, bend the knee, back knee down. We're gonna pivot that right ankle around so that we can come up again. Straighten that left leg, turn the toes into start on this one. Take your right arm up. And then we reach over to the left. Allow your hips to go to the right, side body stretching. And it's okay for your right hips to go beyond that knee low, so you get a little bit stretched on the side of that leg, the upper leg. Good. Inhale, reach up. Plant the right hand down by your side. Take your left arm up over your head. Point the left toe towards the front of the mat, the back of the mat. Reach over. And then we're going to take our left arm up as we lift our left leg up. Flex that foot, turn the toes to face the front. Hold it here. And make sure your right shoulder is away from your right ears. You're pressing into the ground as you gaze up. Take that left foot down. Take a left arm over your head and stretch. And let's walk that left foot back behind you a bit so that there's a little bit of an arch in your back. And then reach the left arm back too, look up. So I want you to feel this, a back bend and a stretch that left side. And then we're going to bend the elbow a little bit to help you so you can turn your chest up more towards the sky. Make sure you're pressing the right arm down, the right shoulder is away from your ear. And make a big circle with that arm, gaze back down, bring your palms down, facing square off, and then come back into downward dog. Pedal out your downward dog here. Let's take a vinyasa, come into plank. Your version, either chaturanga all the way down, or into cobra, or come into upward dog. And then downward dog. Lift the heels, lift the sit bones, inhale. Exhale, release them down. Again, one more time, lift the heels, lift the sit bones. Exhale, lower down. Let's lift your heels at tiptoe walk, our feet forward. Come into forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Let's rise all the way up, reach up, stretch up. Hands to heart. Let's take a balancing pose. Let's take tree pose. So let's take your arms down, turn your right knee out to the side. Press the ball of foot in the ground, take your heel into your ankle to start. So we're rooting into that left foot. The top of the head is reaching up, opening through our hips here. Let's take our hands to our heart here. So feel that solid foundation from left foot to top of the head. So you feel the connection as you press into the ground, you squeeze your legs, you're lifting up through that pelvic floor, and you feel the extension all the way through your spine. And let's take that foot, press it into the calf. So press the foot into the calf, and equally you're hugging that left leg to the center line too. And your glutes are working here, your buttocks is working here. You can stay here, or you can take the next option, take your foot above the knee onto your inner thigh, but not onto your knee. So press the foot into the inner thigh, hug to that center line, hands to heart. Feel that straight rod rooting down as we open through the hips. And let's take our arms overhead. Let's first keep our palms pressed together here. Soften through your shoulders so you can have a soft bend in your knee, your elbows here. Breathe. And then gently open your hands up like a Y. Open up to receive. And then start to gaze up if you can, even diagonally to the front corner of the room, wherever you're at. Stay hugging to that center line here. Gaze back forward, bring your palms together over your head. Slowly bring the hands to heart. Let's turn the knee forward and then release it down with your hands. And then let's do the other side. Take the knee out, press the ball foot in the ground, the heel into that inner lower leg, hug to center line, hands to heart here. Connect with that right leg now. The foot is pressing down into the ground. And you feel the connection all the way up the leg, the spine, top of the head. Then bring that foot to the calf. Press it to the calf. Now you start to activate your inner thighs, both hugging into that center line, even though we are asymmetrical with that outer hip. So you feel your standing leg glute is working to support you here. You feel you can soften in the neck and the shoulders. Continue to breathe. Feel that diaphragm drawing down. Full expansion of your lungs. And then take that foot up to the inner thigh. Hug to that center line. Breathing into the hands. And let's take our hands over our head. Keep our palms pressed together. Feel that connection. And slowly, gently opening your arms up into a V shape. Opening up to receive. And then when you're ready, you can gaze up a bit here. It can be just to the front corner of the room. Maybe your shoulders are tilting back a little, heart's a little bit more open upwards. Slowly bring your palms to touch. Take those palms down to the center of your chest. Turn that knee forward. Release the leg down. And shake it out a little. And then reach the arms up, palms together, gentle back bend. Fold and forward, exhale. Halfway lift, stretch up. Downward dog. Spread those fingers. Press the fingertips and the knuckles down. And try to make your A shape bigger. So as you're pressing down, the hips are lifting up and back. And the legs are drawing down. So it's a taller A shape. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to take our knees down and you can walk your hands a bit here. Point your toes and open your knees as wide as you can. So some of you might be as wide as the mat. Some of you may be wider than the mat. Okay. I want you to open up until you feel a stretch in your inner groin. And then sit your hips back into your heels. And then we're going to walk our hands forward and soft bend. We're going to look to the right. So we're going to put our left ear down to the ground, or left cheek. So you can bend your elbows. You probably don't need to support your head here. I just have my hands near my head. So we're getting a gentle twist on that neck. But I want you to feel the stretch in your inner thigh. So make sure your knees are wide enough. And check in with your shoulders to make sure you're soft there. You can touch your toes in, Chris. Yeah, there you go. You can even, you can actually even bring your knees in a little closer so your hips can um, go a little bit further towards your heels. Yeah, that's it. So then you can try to get your chest down too. So it's more of a calming stretch. And all we're going to do is slowly lift our head up, place your right cheek and ear down to the mat, look to the left. Okay, and you're gently going to lift your head up, place it square, and then you're going to walk your hands back under your shoulders. Slowly lift the head and chest up, and then one by one, you're going to take one knee in to face forward, the other knee in to face forward. Take your arms down by your side and take child's pose this way. So knees are together, arms by your side, and rest your forehead square. Take your hands under your shoulders, slowly press yourself up, and then let's come back into downward dog. You can pedal it out a little here if you want. And then we're going to take our left knee. We're going to come into pigeon behind that left wrist. Your right knee down, but keep your right toes tucked under to start. So you're flexing through your toes, so your toenails are pressing down of that left foot. Walk your hands back. So as you press the left knee down, can you draw your outer left hip back to square it off a little? Walk your hands back and lift through the chest. So like you're zipping up through your pants here. I want you to feel a little stretch in that right hip. And then I want you to point the right toes. We're going to come down to our forearms here. And you're onto your elbows. You're going to have your hands in prayer. So your elbows are slightly in front of your shoulders, like about your head height or your eyes height. And then you're going to hands in prayer, and you're going to press the thumbs right between your eyebrows. And your fingers will probably touch, your index finger probably touch your head. So we're pressing the thumbs in that third eye. Just relax the shoulders and the head. Let the head rest there. Soften through that outer hip. With each exhale, feeling that outer hip relax more, relax through the shoulders. Release the hands down, walk your hands back. Shift your weight into that left hip. Take your right hand back behind you. Grab behind that right knee and use your arm to swing the leg around. Okay, we're going to come into a twist. Take that right foot down and make sure that right hip is rooted down. Take your hands behind you first. So to Even out your spine, both sit bones pressing down. And you can feel that stretch in that outer right hip. Take your left arm up, inhale. And exhale, let's cross over, hook that elbow. And then lengthen up, lengthen your spine, and then slowly twist to the right. As you inhale, you can slightly untwist to soften. And as you exhale, twist a little more. Soften again, inhale. Exhale, twist a little more until you feel like you can relax into the twist. Look over your right shoulder. So we're getting our lower, middle, and upper spine here. Okay, gently release the twist. You can take both hands to the left and just counter twist here, bend your elbows. And it's actually kind of nice. Press that right knee open, kind of stretching that right hip a little bit. And then come up. Plant your left hand down. Lean into that left hand. Grab the front of your right knee. Swing that leg back around where it came from. Come back into pigeon here. And then take downward dog. Pedal it out. Take your right knee behind that right wrist. Keep the back toes tucked under. Walk the fingertips back. Okay, pressing the right toenails in. And I'm anchoring my right knee and then drawing my right hip back. And I'm using the leverage of my back foot to help me to zip up through my belly. I want to get a stretch to that left hip a bit here. That's it. Then go ahead and point the left toes. And then we're going to come down onto our forearms. Take those elbows in front of your shoulders. Take prayer. Rest your thumbs in between your eyebrows and the index fingers. They can support your head too. And you can adjust the shoulders to what's comfortable. The elbows, maybe you have it a little bit more out or under you. And rest here. Each exhale, see if you can soften more in that outer right hip. Send the breath to your shoulders to relax the shoulders. Okay, slowly release your hands down. Gently walk your hands back. Lean onto that right hip. Bring your right palm down. So you're leaning into that side. Reach back behind you. Grab behind that left knee. Swing that leg around. Okay, anchor that left hip down. So both sit bones pressing down, arms behind you. Stretch the top of the head up. Take your right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, cross it over. Hook the elbow. Stretch your spine up. Inhale. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, untwist slightly. Exhale, twist a little more. One more time, inhale, slightly untwist. Exhale, twist to the left. Lower, middle, and upper spine twisting. Okay, slowly untwist, reach to the right, counter, bend your elbows, press your left knee open. Then come up. Plant that right hand down. So you're still leaning into the right. Grab your left knee. Swing that leg back around gently. Come into pigeon here. And then downward dog. Pedal it out. You can shift your hips from left to right here. Soften it up. And let's take our knees down. Let's come to seated position here. Widen through your sit bones. I'm going to take a little breathing before we lay into our back. We're going to take Nadi Shodhana. So left hand is onto your thigh, touch your thumb and index finger, just plant it down. And then take your thumb and or your index and middle finger, press between your eyebrows. Your thumb is on your right nostril, your pinky finger on top of your ring finger, and that's going to be pressing your left nostril as we alternate. So before we go, soften your shoulders down. Make sure your hips are rooted down. Top of the head is reaching up. Close the right nostril. Exhale all your air out of your left. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. So we're longer exhale than inhale we're doing here. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Take both hands down to your knees, thumb and index finger touching. Breathe through both nostrils freely. We're slowly going to make our way to the mat. We're going to take our balls, we're going to place them on our lower traps. So before you lay down, so get your legs extended, take them right at that bra strap line or slightly lower. Take your arms down by your side. Lay back. Let your feet separate as wide as the mat. Arms away from your body. And you can do a gentle bend in that elbow just to encourage that external rotation. You're going to feel the back either on the mat or drawing down towards the mat. So we're just encouraging a little bit of openness in our chest here just for a few breaths. Softening, relaxing, feeling your body like a piece of fabric draping over the balls. And whenever you're ready, you just, with little effort, roll to one side, take the balls out, and lay flat on your back. The final Shavasana. Slowly starting to bring awareness back to your body. Wiggling your fingers and toes and deepening your breath. Take your time to bring your feet together, your arms over your head. Give yourself a nice stretch. Bend the knees. Hug them into your chest. Squeeze a few times there. Check your nostrils. See which side is more open. Roll over to the side with the more open nostril. Stay here for a few breaths. And over the next few breaths, slowly press your palm down, come to a seated position. Widen through your sit bones. Create that nice big base for your foundation. Resting your hands onto your thighs. Starting to deepen your breath. And as you inhale, feel the expansion in all directions, front, side, back, even down and up. As you exhale, feel the contraction coming back to the center. One more time, inhale, expanding in all directions, fully. Exhale, coming back to that center contraction. Take your arms out like a T. Open your chest forward and up. Inhale. Reach those hands forward, palms touch, round the back, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Interlace your fingers, press the palms away and up, stretch up to the sky. Open the arms and mouth as you exhale. Turn the palms face up, reach up to the sky, palms touch. Trace your hands to your heart. Take a moment to notice how your body feels after the practice. As you move through a more slow and steady practice, longer holds of stretches, and touching into those areas of tightness to help open up any blockage, release any tension. Bring your thumbs to your forehead. Maybe find more clarity of mind. Thumbs to your heart. Maybe you find more purity of heart. Thumbs down to your sternum. May we find more strength of soul. Bring your hands back to your heart, bow your heads, taking a moment for gratitude. Let's first give thanks for this practice today, the practice of yoga in general, and thinking of one thing right now that you're grateful for. Let it fill the heart, chest cavity, and expand. A wonderful rest of the day, ladies. Namaste.